Good afternoon. Welcome to week 10. I believe it's week 10. Anyway, it's good to see you. I've really been enjoying having you in class, reading what you have to say, your quizzes and your assignments, and of course, your discussion boards. This last week, I had a really interesting discussion board. We're moving more into the area of trying to really understand how is it that children learn right and wrong and how to treat each other, how to interact. And remember, in your reading, the focus is largely on the way children understand themselves first, their own emotions, their own feelings, and then see how other people's feelings may differ, and then learn how to interact and put those two together, know how I can act based on how you're feeling and all that. This last week you had an interesting, I believe it was an interesting little video to watch, teaching children about sharing and taking turns and that kind of thing. Um, there are a lot of good things like that out there. A lot of television shows, a lot of children's shows, particularly that teach. And so I think this is the question. I really wanted to know how did you feel about the effectiveness? Is this the way children can learn? There is something about seeing characters doing something and seeing the consequences of that. Do they learn from that kind of modeling, or do they need more direct instruction or whatever? Emily, you made the point of questioning whether this kids would just take this as a silly cartoon. Um, on the other hand, both Sylvia and Hannah, it's really real positive views of should happen. This is the way it should happen. This is what children should learn. We have years and years of research from shows like Electric Company and Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, and the Teletubbies. Of course, that's a little before earlier than what we're talking about. But these are television programs that really seek to not just say this is what you should do and how you should do it, but to present situations where we have we see characters actually going through the same kinds of issues that hopefully we go through, or maybe or not hopefully we go through, and seeing what they do and the consequences of their actions. So Monique, you pointed out that really well, just to that these videos are important to introduce us to important issues that we should be dealing with as people. Um, and Hannah, again, you mentioned how children should take away a lesson from this, seeing characters that are cute and cuddly or whatever, and so there's that acceptable, but seeing what they do in the situations that we all have to undergo when we're 3, 4, 5 years old. So this week we're moving into the next unit. We're going to start dealing with middle childhood and what that means. So we're going to see kind of the culmination of where in the first 5 years of life we've developed a lot of the foundation of our psychology, and in the middle childhood we're going to see what happens now when we're introduced into the wider world of outer schools and teachers and principals and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. And take care of yourselves.